So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much to have the opportunity to present here. My name is Thomas Stierle. I'm Regional Sales Director of STORZ MEDICAL. And it's an honor to be here and present and take you with me for a short journey through STORZ MEDICAL, the company as a manufacturer of shockwave devices, but also the possibilities of shockwaves as a multidisciplinary treatment approach. Around Europe, shockwaves are very common, and I would say most of the disciplines that I will present to you are the golden standard already. And I don't know if you know what disciplines can be covered with shockwaves, and that is the idea of my presentation now, to bring you closer to this technology. So STORZ MEDICAL, shortly, STORZ MEDICAL is a family-owned business. We are based in Switzerland. The company was founded by Dr. Karl Storz. Dr. Karl Storz was also the founder of the company Karl Storz in Germany. Maybe the one or the other of you know Karl Storz endoscopic equipment, and this endoscopic equipment is very well known in the surgical environment, in the operation theater. Not only that, Karl Storz is famous for the endoscopes. We are also famous here with ENT instruments. And the company grew quite big, Karl Storz. There are today around 10,000 employees, and they are very market leader in specific areas. STORZ MEDICAL, as I mentioned, was founded by Dr. Karl Storz. And the idea of the company and his idea was to go into a completely new field. He attended a meeting in the 80s, at the urology meeting, and there was a company, Dornier, and they presented a device which sounded like a fairy tale. You can disintegrate stones by using acoustic waves, integrating them or placing them on the skin, traveling through the body, through the organs, through the bones, into the body to disintegrate stones. And that was like a fairy tale at that time, but he was so fascinated about this technology. And then he thought, I need to have something like that in my product portfolio. And he found some engineers who were able to develop a device. And that was the birth giving to the shockwave company STORZ MEDICAL in Switzerland. So the company STORZ MEDICAL is manufacturing only shockwave devices. We have nothing on our mind else as shockwaves. And over the years, established in 1987, the range of products grew dramatically. It's all family business, so it's all family owned. We are financing ourselves purely from our profit. And this is the philosophy of all STORZ MEDICAL companies. So STORZ MEDICAL started with 3 employees in 1987, and we grew over the years. And today, since July 2006, we are in a little village, Tegelwilen, which is in north of Switzerland, right at the border to Germany. For us, very important. Maybe you have been visiting this region, very touristic region in south of Germany. The Lake Constance is directly located there. And in the north part of the lake, we have Germany, in the south part, Switzerland, east part, Austria, and we are directly located 300 meters from the border to Germany. Very important for us because that's the university town of Constance, and the university town has one of the elite universities in Germany, and we are acquiring a lot of physicians as well as engineers from this university, so we have a very close relation scientifically to this university. Yeah, as you can see here on that picture, we grew a little bit. So we started to the left side on the screen. There is the first building we established with the manufacturing. And last year, we were very proud to start with another project. And we moved in our second building, which is the engineering building. And we also doubled the capacity of production. STORZ MEDICAL is located in Switzerland, as mentioned, but we do business only with distribution partners. We are not selling directly to end customers. So everything that you will learn in your local country, in Bulgaria, we have here КОНГРЕС as our partner. They are your competent partner to talk to. Besides the headquarter, we are working with subsidiaries in Germany, in France, in Spain, in Italy, in Japan, in the US. So we are worldwide active, and this is a very global-oriented business. And also country representatives in all major regions of the world are established. We are working with 180 distribution partners around the world. This number, 90,000, represents the number of devices that we have sold over the years. So we are proud and hopefully get 100,000 soon. And these are purely Shockwave devices from STORZ in the market. And we are collecting a lot of information from the market. And the future is bright, I always say, because this gives us the volume that we can develop also new products. For us, it's also very important to get patented technology into the market. And we are running over 200 patents worldwide on our technology. We are not so aggressive to get these patents through because our devices are speaking for themselves in daily practice. And if you have one time the devices in your hand, you will immediately understand and know how the versatility and the practicality of the devices are. We also have devices in a design. So we have a product language, means the devices are always looking in the STORZ MEDICAL style. And I think that is very important that you have this brand always in mind, and it is reflected in the design. We are very scientific oriented, so everything what we bring to the market should be scientific proven. And we are working in a big network of universities in the different disciplines who are supporting us to make the statements that we do today are also covered. Bringing me to the next slide, for those who are not been in touch with Shockwave so far, this is a slide of global trends in research of extracorporeal shockwave therapy. And that is from 2000 to 2021, so a 20 years time window. And here you see the scientific studies that have been published. And today, this is only 2021, but we have this trend, and we have more and more scientifically proven indications. So in every discipline that you're using shockwave technology today, you will find scientific proof. And we see every year more publications coming. And I would say there's no other technology proven compared to Shockwave than Shockwave itself. So trust is in science, and we see that in the yearly publications, and the trend, as I mentioned, is growing. So we see more and more publications in new disciplines. So shockwaves can be used to integrate stones, to disintegrate stones in the urology field. If you use the right energy flux density, that's the measurement being used for shockwaves. And this measurement, millijoule per square millimeter, if you drive a device really high energetic, it has really powerful force to disintegrate stones. But if you're using it in a lower density, in a lower energy level, then you can have cell stimulation. And that means in the biological feedback is one thing, and the fragmentation of a stone is another thing. But the charming is with shockwave technology, depending on the energy that you apply, you can get different responses from the body. So I mentioned it, an effect of a shockwave can be high energetic physical forces to disintegrate stones, but what we see in biological, and this is over all disciplines, almost the same biological effect that we see immediately. We have a stimulation of microcirculation, a metabolism is enhanced. Then Based on this mechanical impact, acoustic wave impact, we have a so-called mechanotransduction cell matrix stimulation that is enforced by shock waves. We have an increased cell metabolism immediately. We see in pain therapy, especially the substance P release, which comes very quick. Then we have antibacterial and anti-inflammatory effects. This can be seen in the dermatology field, especially in wound care. Stimulation of growth factors and the stem cells, that is something that is proven scientifically in biological papers. So at STORZ Medical, we have a very wide range of products. You see there are a lot of disciplines. In my next slides, I will go to the different disciplines just to give you a little bit an orientation what happens in the different discipline. At STORZ, we have two product ranges. On the top on the slide, you see there are the so-called office line products. And then we have the hospital line products, which are mainly being used in the hospital. And I will go into that a little bit more detailed with the next slides. So for the rehabilitation market, you will be confronted with different technologies in Shockwave. So depending on the application, you can use radio shockwave technology or you can use focus shockwave technology. STORZ Medical is generating radio shockwaves with a pneumatic-driven projectile. And at the tip of the transmitter, you get the highest energy, and this energy is then distributed into the body. For focus shockwave technology, we are using electromagnetic sources, so a coil that is generating an acoustic impulse, and this is then also traveling deeper inside of the body. Both technologies are under the umbrella of shockwave technology, but have completely different effects. And you have to know, and we teach also all our users, our new users, to use this technology in an optimal way. So established range of applications in the urology field, we are talking about extracorporeal shockwave lithotripsy, ESWL, for salivary stones. But in the lower energy levels, we can use shockwaves also in the field of CPPS, IPP, and ED. These are sexual health diseases, and I have another slide later on this topic. In the orthopedic field, we are talking about extracorporeal shockwave therapy, and this is the most musculoskeletal environment that you can use the shockwaves, and you get a fast feedback from patients immediately. But this is a learning curve. Using this technology, there is always a learning curve. You need to know how to use this technology to get the best results. But there is a lot of information on our website, and also there are a lot of scientific societies who are dealing with shockwaves, and there are a lot of educational projects that are running and that can be also being used by you and attended by you. Besides the shockwave therapy, we have now, since 4 years, a new device in the field. It's based on electromagnetic fields, and it's generated by shockwave technology. We positioned it as an extracorporeal magnetotransduction therapy, EMTT, for musculoskeletal disorders. This is a new step into the rehabilitation market, especially for degenerative diseases. Then we have the neurology field. We have the presenter before me also talked about neurology indications. This is a very new approach for us, and I give you some information on this in detail later. In cardiology field, you can use shockwaves to revasculate the heart muscle. Here for angina pectoris or heart failure, shockwave can be very beneficial. So in dermatology field, because all acoustic waves are traveling through the skin into the body, into the organs, the entry level is the skin, and we saw also very good feedback by the skin using shockwaves, and especially here for the aesthetic indications for cellulite treatments or for body shaping, shockwaves can be also useful. In the dermatology, in the aesthetic medical field, shockwaves are used in the wound healing. So fantastic results after you apply focused shockwaves to the skin. You have a faster healing. It's very impressive. Then in the veterinarian medicine, so animals, horses or small animals, equine medicine, vet medicine, the horses and the animals in general, they have tendons, they have muscles, so they need also treatment sometimes, and it works also very well in the veterinarian field. So going a little bit into the details that you understand what is in the urology field, our benchmark products in the market is lithotripsy, and lithotripsy means is a modern design device which is designed with the right range for the urological interventions for stone removal or from non-invasive extracorporeal shockwave lithotripsy to minimal invasive procedures. That's a workstation in the urology, can be used in the hospital with a wide range. This is a big investment because you are coupling this device to ultrasound and X-ray systems, but this is high-tech medical equipment, and we are one of the market leaders worldwide. So in the urology field, we see more and more also the men's health and the female health growing. That is more the low energetic application of shockwaves. Here, especially for erectile dysfunction, for IPP, and for chronic pelvic pain, shockwaves are very beneficial. It's approved for urology indications in a low energetic environment. And I think one presenter after me will also talk about erectile dysfunction. It's a growing market around the world. The same in the urology field for female health, women's health. We have just released, or there was 2 papers released by Dr. Hood from Czech Republic on vulvodynia and dyspareunia. This is a new field which works very well and gives good feedback in pain management in these indications. There are many other indications that we are evaluating at the moment. This is the future, but it seems that we have very good results also in other indications in that discipline. So in the orthopedic, that's our bread and butter business. Most of the devices worldwide are being used in rehabilitation, and here Shockwave is the golden standard. And we, as a manufacturer, offer the full portfolio in this field with adjuvant therapy options like vacuum therapy and massage therapy. So if you tailor the devices in a good way, you get a very good useful tool. It is your extension of your fingers in daily practice if you work with patients. And this is something that is very is obvious, also proven in a lot of clinical trials, and there are a lot of societies talking about this technology. Then we have magnetic field therapy. I mentioned that before. It becomes the added value if you're using shockwaves and you have a limited range where you apply shockwaves. Magnetic field is the ideal component that gives you, for degenerative diseases, some added value. In the neurology field, transcranial pulse stimulation was established 8 years ago. The first time we received CE approval for Alzheimer's disease. We have a lot of studies running now in Parkinson, in depression, in post-COVID, and we're working together with universities like Harvard, the University of Munich, the University Charité in Berlin. So we are evaluating a lot of indications at the moment in the neurology field. And for Alzheimer, we have CE registration. We have an installed base of around 400 units worldwide, registered in 19 additional countries outside the EU. We have 18,000 patients treated already. We have more than 110,000 sessions. So that gives a good reputation to this method. And this is the start into a new area for us. Cardiology is something that you can also use. You can revasculate coronary artery diseases, and angina pectoris is one of the major indications. In dermatology, wound care is fantastic if you see the reports. Go to the International Shockwave Society, ISMST, and you will see a lot of cases on our website. There are also literature to download. So take the chance, become friends with us on all social media channels, and we will update you accordingly. In 2002, aesthetic medicine was in our focus. So up to today, we are selling a lot of devices into the aesthetic beauty market and in the aesthetic medicine market. Veterinarian, I mentioned, horses, the small animals have all the same problem. So very useful and with very good results, very good documented indication range. Yeah, if you pack everything together, we can say we have a holistic approach. If you're using the different technology, bringing those different technologies in the right way together, tailoring the indication range and the products, then you have a very useful tool in your hand. And this gives at the end a cell recharging method and gives very good benefit for your daily practice. So convincing arguments. So we have more than 30 years experience. STORZ MEDICAL is providing tailored product portfolio. We have leading edge technology incorporated in our technologies. We have sophisticated and user-friendly devices, economic service concepts. So you are in good hands with our products, and we are never sleeping. We are always continuing. We are pushing science into the future because we think Shockwave is great. And that is what is about. You should give patients a good treatment, and you as user should have the right tools in your hand to get good results with your patients. Yeah, this is the end of my presentation. Please feel free to come to our booth. So into business with Ludmiana. Thank you that you are representing us in Bulgaria with your team, and we are here in the exhibition. And we are here for you, and I will stay until tomorrow. For those who are interested in more details, because 20 minutes is not enough to talk about all the technology, but please feel free to come to our booth. And I'm on point. 1 second. Thank you very much.